Hey beautiful people, what's up and welcome back to another video. Unless you're new here, then my name is Miranda and this is Running on Plants. So today I'm sharing with you really easy dinner ideas that are actually coming from the Dollar Tree. So if you are new here, you may not know, but I do try to share a lot of budget, extreme meal ideas and grocery hauls here. So I'm about to head into my local Dollar Tree and I'm going to spend $6 and come out with enough ingredients to make 3 dinners that will hopefully feed 18 servings. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. I'm gonna run in really quick to the Dollar Tree like I said, and then go home, show you my little haul, and then we're gonna get to cooking and I'm gonna show you the 3 dinners that I'm going to create this week. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and make sure to follow me over on Instagram at Miranda Running on Plants. Welcome to my Dollar Tree. So this is definitely the biggest Dollar Tree that I know of in my area. The food section is massive. I've never seen a Dollar Tree that has this many aisles of food and such a large fridge and freezer section. So I thought I'd just kind of give you a glimpse. So they do have a lot of different frozen vegetables, which I personally really like to see. If you guys didn't know, I am whole food, plant-based, high carb, low fat, vegan. So I did grab the California blend frozen veggies, and I believe these were all 16-ounce bags. And then I was like looking and I saw, ta-da, stir-fry veggies, which I decided to take along with me as well. And the rice and bean section was a little weak, but I did go ahead and grab a 2-pound bag of rice for $1. That's a really, really good price. And then I did want to go ahead and get some beans as well. So I decided to get pinto beans because I think there was just red beans and maybe white beans, but pinto was the one that I decided to take. And I think that was £1 as well. So I couldn't find enchilada sauce, but I decided to go with these whole jalapeños, and in there was like onions and carrots and I don't even know. But if you ever see these, maybe I can give you an idea to use them, because personally I really wanted enchilada sauce and was without. Now I walked around for forever trying to find some tortillas. They didn't have any, so I decided to go with pasta and use the idea that I had, but to do it with elbow pasta instead. So here is my entire haul. 2 bags of veggies, some rice, some weird jalapeno stuff in a can, some pasta, and some beans. And then I'm just sharing it again with you when I get home. So I love that I was able to grab the starches and the veggies that I personally wanted. Of course, I didn't get enchilada sauce, but I think I can make this work. And I was trying to figure out if this was a pound of beans or not, but it doesn't really matter. So this is a lot of servings, and I'm hoping that this feeds 18, which it probably will, because this is a lot of volume of food. I just want to show you really quickly my rice that's done in my Instant Pot. I forgot to grab a clip of the beans, but I made the beans in the Instant Pot as well. Now, you're probably thinking, what is she going to do with this jalapeno pepper thing that she bought? Well, let me show you. I decided to pop it open and throw it in my blender and give it a blitz, and that was going to be my sauce. Now, when I open this, not gonna lie, I was like, did I make the best decision? But I'm gonna tell you that if you like spicy food, you need to try this. Now, one thing I should have done as I am looking at this video, I probably should have looked at the stems and pulled them off, but I mean, my high-speed blender basically blitzes everything, so I didn't really notice when I was eating it. But then as I was editing this, I was like, I probably should have taken those little stems off. No big deal, but I did take this and a 1/4 cup of water and blitz it, and then this was the base of my sauce. And I used this for all 3 recipes. So it did give so much flavor to every single dish. So for starters, I blitzed it just for like 50 quick seconds. And then I poured some into a jar to reserve it, because this night I was actually making my pasta dish. And I do want to add really quickly, for the pasta, I would say it definitely feeds at least 12 people. It is so much food. Oh my gosh, so much food. You could obviously eat more than that, but I'm going to go off the serving sizes of the packages. So as always, the recipes will be in the description box below. But tonight's dinner, which is the pasta, you will see how much food it is. It definitely could feed 12 people because of how much volume of food it is. So this is a sauce I'm saving aside. And then for my pasta dish, I'm taking about 3/4 of this sauce maybe. and then about 3/4 of my beans. Now I do have the liquid that cooked off with my beans. I let these cool for about an hour to an hour and a half, so that way they weren't super warm, but they're a little bit warm. And I blitzed these with it. Now I just kind of blitzed them a little bit. You could make this into like a saucy puree, but I decided to make this more of like a refried bean kind of texture because I wanted texture with my pasta. Go based on your preferences, but that's what I decided to do. I thought I'd show you really quickly the consistency of the sauce. See how it's like chunky, almost like a slick refried bean? I prefer it this way. I guess that's what I wanted out of it. And then I'm just going to show you really quick what I did to put this together. So like I said, this is definitely a spicy dish. If you don't love really hot food, then I would say instead of buying the jalapeños, maybe just go with a can of tomatoes and blitz that, and then you have more of a tomatoey bean flavor. But as you can see, this is making 2 large pans of food. I added the half of bag of frozen veggies that was the winter blend, and then a few veggies of the stir fry, because as you remember, I only bought 2 bags of veggies. Now, does this meal have all the veggies it shouldn't it? No. But is it a good meal? Yes. Sometimes when you are on a really strict budget, you go for a volume of calories versus getting vegetables in at the amount that you should. We normally get in a lot more vegetables, but just for the sake of this video, I did want to share that you can get some really good nutritious meals in. And don't forget, the jalapenos and carrots that are in the sauce are also vegetables. So even though this might not be like the perfect vegetable base, it's still really good. It's still really nutritious. And it might not be, whole wheat pasta, but I did, add some fiber to it with the beans. And I did add a lot of calcium with the broccoli and just some really good nutrients with the little bit of vegetables that are in here. So cut me some slack. It's just a cheap idea for meals, but look how much this makes. This is a ton of food. It's 2 whole pans. I thought I would live taste test this. This is what we are going to have for dinner tonight, so it's made ahead. We're not going to have dinner for a little bit, so it is going to cool a little bit. No big deal, but it's going to be a few minutes before we eat. And I thought, you know what? So I don't forget, I'm going to try a live bite of this because I know that the concoction's weird, but obviously we know that pasta tastes good, veggies taste good, and I tried the sauce on its own. And honestly, that might be like a new dipping sauce for like carrots and vegetables for me because it was really good. It's like a spicy refried bean hummus. So I'm gonna give this a try. Okay, I love it. It's very spicy. I'm gonna have to hurry and grab something to drink. It is like catching the back of my throat, but if you like jalapenos, pickled jalapenos, you'll love this. If not, like I already said, substitute for a can of tomatoes. Then you'll still get the texture, but you'll get more of a sweetness versus that hot spiciness. But this is delicious. And did you see how much food that made? So this is night 1. Let me take you through the next 2 nights of what I'm making with this dinners video. All right, the next meal, the next night was the simplest one. And I apologize for the simplicity, but at the same time, no, I don't, because sometimes you just need a really simple dinner. So I took some of the leftover rice, some of the beans. I did save about 1/3 of those back, and then some of the vegetables. This meal does have the most vegetables. I end up saving half of both of the bags for this. And then this sauce, I'm telling you, I will probably go back to the Dollar Tree and buy a couple of these cans and just make this sauce, whip it in my blender and then put it over rice because it's so good. The last meal here for this challenge, I am making my favorite thing in the entire world, which is a mock ramen made with rice. So all I did is take the leftover stir-fry vegetables with some water and then that green sauce that I made. And let me tell you, that added so much heat and flavor to this ramen. It was really, really good, but really, really spicy. And then I also did add some soy sauce because that is one of the things I put in all of my mock ramens. You don't have to add that, but if you have it on hand, definitely add it because it does add a ton of flavor. So this was the one thing in all of this meal prep that I used from my pantry. That was the one thing. So I mean, I kind of broke my own rule of not using anything from the pantry, but you could always use salt and pepper if you'd like as well. So I did add a bunch of the leftover rice. I initially added this much, and then as we started eating, we actually added a little bit more, so maybe like 2 or 3 cups more. But this is a great way to make a really quick dinner any night of the week. All you need is some water, a bag of frozen veggies, some leftover rice, and then maybe some soy sauce or some hot sauce or whatever you can throw together. And this also makes so much food. We had enough to make 2 large pots of this rice mock ramen, and it's delicious. I believe everybody in your family will like it. If you don't like spicy, then just don't use the spicy sauce. I just want to quickly say thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you really enjoyed it. You give it a thumbs up, you subscribe for more content like this on my channel. I will leave a playlist below with all of my extreme budget grocery meal ideas, and I hope that you click on some of them and get some really good ideas. Thank you again so much for watching. I will see you soon. Bye.